She wants to get skinny, she wants to get back in shape. She needs to set aside time. Again, like I said, at least an hour, 5 days a week, set 6 to 7 if possible, but at least 5 days a week for 1 hour to get back in shape. If she does this consistently, she will lose weight. She will lose weight. And as a side note, because she's trying to lose weight, I'm gonna say this. People overcomplicate the process of gaining and losing weight. I just did a bulk recently and I was about 205 pounds at the peak of my bulk, and right now I'm about like 180. I spent pretty much not all, but like maybe about 8 months in 2023 bulking, and I spent the past few months from about November-ish to now, currently February, cutting. A lot of people are saying, man, you look like you're in much better shape. You are getting much thinner. My abs starting to come through. And to be honest, I'm not like a stickler with any of the diet stuff. I'm not that kind of guy that sits there and counts calories all day. I'm not the kind of guy that pulls out a scale and measures everything. I don't actually care that much about like, I do care because it's a goal, but I don't care that much. So I'm not like super picky on it. But one thing I'll say is that a lot of people overcomplicate the idea of losing weight. It's not that complicated. It's actually quite simple. It's more or less calories in versus calories out. I don't know why everyone wants to make it so extreme. They always try to put in things like, oh, you need to have X amount of macros and micros. You do need those things in the grand scheme of things. But in general, when you're just losing weight, it's just calories in versus calories out. And I've seen people say, well, the food's processed. A lot of food's processed. That's why people can't lose weight. Or people have like really terrible metabolisms. That's why they can't lose weight. No. Is that part of it? Sure. Is that the thing that's killing those people? No, it is not. It's because people just don't track their calories enough to ensure that they're losing weight. They're moving too little, so they're not doing cardio, and they're eating too much. That's all it comes down to. It is not that complicated. So, as a final tip that I'm gonna recommend to just guarantee that she loses weight and gets back to being in better shape, all the shitty foods, like all the sugary stuff in your pantry or in your fridge or whatever, throw it away. Throw it away. I'm not saying you can't have a snack here and again, but don't keep it in your house, because if you keep it in your house, you're more incentivized to eat it. So throw it away. All the garbage foods, just like snacks, even if they're not sugary, just like snacks, throw them away. Only keep good quality foods and make sure you at least have a general idea of how many calories it is. And I'm gonna say this, one of the things that kills people, that really hurt people the most, people think it's foods, it's not the foods. What kills people the most when it comes to losing weight, it's the beverages. That's the thing that destroys people the most. People don't even understand that. I'll see people who will say like, Rhea, I don't really eat that much a day. And I'll just sit there and look at their diet. They'll drink like Gatorade 5 times a day, high C juice, Snapple, all these beverages. And you think that because they're beverages, they don't have any calories, because people don't usually sit there and check the calories. A bottle of Gatorade could be like 300 calories. It doesn't sound like much. I know it doesn't sound like much, but keep this in mind. You can drink 4 Gatorades a day. 4 Gatorades a day, that's like 1,200 calories. The average adult human should be consuming, on average, about 2,000 calories per day. About half of the calories you've consumed in a single day are just from liquids. If you drink like Gatorade. If you drink water, it's no calories. But if you drink like Gatorade, that's like half your calories, just for liquids. And liquids you can kind of absorb and digest relatively quickly, which is why, and again, if you're drinking like sugary beverages too, like this is where people get screwed up. The sugary beverages just make you more thirsty. Like it's not, like because the sugar is so addictive, it's like candy. Like if you eat a little bit of candy, you end up eating a lot of candy. Some people have self-control and they can eat like 5 pieces of candy. A lot of people don't have the self-control, so they eat like 5 pieces of candy and still feel the craving for more candy. So they eat more candy, and then before they know it, even though candy might have like 30 calories per like piece of candy or 10 calories per piece of candy, you consume 800 calories because you're just eating so much of it, because the sugar just gives you cravings. It makes you want to eat more. The same thing with sugary beverages. And sugary beverages is easier because you drink it and you just piss it out. So now you're not really full, and you gotta drink it more and you just piss it out. You're still getting the calories in your body. Hopefully that makes sense. So cut out all the beverages, drink more water, get rid of the sugar in your pantry, in your fridge, whatever, get rid of all the snacks, and just stick to basic foods. And the final thing I'm gonna say, when you start to actually create a diet, just eat the same thing every day. To me, that's like one of the biggest hacks that most people do not do. Just eat the same thing every day, and you don't have to count calories. I'll give a quick story. I know this video is kind of going on a bit, but I'll give a quick story. When I was cutting a few years ago, and what year was it? I think it was like 2019 or 2020, I was cutting. I would eat the exact same thing every single day. I fast in the morning. At about 12 p.m., 1 p.m.-ish, I would eat about 6 eggs, I think 3 sausages, like 3 pork sausages, and 2 slices of bread. And I'd have cheddar cheese on my eggs, and that was about it. That usually took me to about 1,200 calories-ish. And then I would pretty much not eat the entire day until like the end of the day, where I eat usually like some pork chops or some rice and some steak, just something. Like it was usually like a carb and a protein, and that was about it. That was about it. And usually I had about 1,900 calories per day, ish. But because I ate the same thing so consistently, I didn't have to sit there and like micro track my calories. Like you see like bodybuilders and stuff like that, they micro track their calories. Cool, you know, that's fine. They're doing it for competition. For the average person, you don't have to sit there and do all that. Just eat the same foods consistently. Know what's in it in general. You don't have to count calories ever again. It's that simple. And you'll lose weight by default. Even if you don't do the cardio. Even if you don't do the cardio, you're still gonna lose weight by default just because your diet is better. Your diet is putting you in a position where you're gonna lose body fat. Does that make sense? So don't make it overcomplicated. All these people on YouTube, all these like trainers, they make everything so overcomplicated. It's not that complicated. It's actually quite simple to gain weight and lose weight. Just allow it to be simple. Don't overcomplicate it.